winners, seniors, my dear friends and colleagues. We heartily welcome you to the Global Emerging Leaders Award Ceremony 2022, organized by the Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade. It is a joyous occasion for all of us, and we have come together to celebrate on this auspicious day. It goes without saying that this award is amongst the most treasured occasions of the Council, as it provides us with the opportunity to reflect on the leaders' perspectives, address the whole community, and share the global perspectives, achievements, success, and learning. Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade is an organization based out of India, South Africa, United States, United Kingdom, EU, and United Arab Emirates, with board and council members representing across the world. The Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade believes in fostering leadership across different levels. Recently, we have been reflecting on the significance of perspective in our role as leaders. Spending time thinking about this forced us to ask ourselves new questions. Perspective provides us with new point of view, new understandings, and possibly new ideas. Therefore, here we are, committed to providing an atmosphere to our community where everyone can imbibe good values and learn new things. We are extremely glad by the fact that the council committee members as well as board members are leaving no stone unturned in working towards this direction. And on this important occasion, we get a chance to publicly celebrate this award. Awards are a way to encourage good behavior and inculcate competitive spirit. The Global Emerging Leaders Awards are given to individuals who have made significant contributions in their fields of endeavor and society as a whole. Awards are based on the quality of the applicant's work as well as the scope of their impact on the community or the country. Honorees are selected by a committee of experts who volunteer their time. We express our heartiest gratitude to the chief guest, our guests of honor, board members, and members for their support and collective efforts towards the development of leadership culture to achieve something substantial in life, and above all, praising them with a benignant attitude. Whatever our council has achieved so far would never have been possible without your constant endeavor. Also, we would like to address those nominees who have not been selected and to say that do not lose hope, as this is not the end, and there will be many more opportunities coming your way to prove your mettle. And as the saying goes, succeeding in life is as simple as being a good leader. All you have to do is pay attention, work hard, and give it the best shot. So, without further ado, I would like to begin the Global Emerging Leaders Award Ceremony 2022 by inviting our chief guest of the day, Mr. R. Ramanan, the former Mission Director, Atal Innovation Mission, and Additional Secretary to Niti Aayog, Government of India, to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Mishma, and thank you, GCPIT, for once again giving me an opportunity to share a few thoughts on this very, very important occasion of recognizing young global emerging leaders. Indeed, during my lifetime, I have had the opportunity, the privilege, and the inspiration of many leaders, not only from the private sector where I served in the Tata Group, and of course, all of you know the illustrious people who have created so much of not only values, but also wealth for the country. I've been inspired by them, but also from the public sector, where I had the opportunity to work at the Niti Aayog as the mission director, the first mission director of the Atal Innovation Mission. There are also a number of people in the international community who I have had the opportunity to interact with. And one of the things that I have learned observing these great leaders with whom I've had the privilege are a few points that I would like to share with every one of you because they are so very important and they have been so relevant in my own life. First and foremost, the leader lights the path for many of us to be able to follow a higher purpose, a higher goal, a higher ambition, something larger than ourselves, something that we would not otherwise venture to believe that we can do it ourselves. But a leader is able to not only light the path, but also inspire everybody through their own actions, his or her actions, that path. And that is what makes it so meaningful, so relevant, and so much possible and feasible for every one of us. They encourage all of us in that path to be able to dream more, to be able to act more, to become more, and to be able to commit more to a higher cause, a nobler goal, whatever be that goal, whether it is in the public arena, whether it is in the private sector, whether it is for an organization, whether it is for a society, or whether it is for the country. And that is what the leader inspires. The second is not only do they light the path, but they energize and they enthuse everybody on that path by leading by example. Now, that is very important. You can preach, and if you don't practice, you don't become a very effective leader. And so the practicing and the preaching have to go simultaneously so that people are able to see that what they are facing as challenges are actually being met by the leader very creatively and leading by example. Not only that, the leader often is the coach behind the scenes. They're not there trying to create a name for true leaders, great leaders. I have always found that they always put the team in front of them. And that is why you'll see the coach in the background and the football team, which is winning the game, and all the players get recognized. But the coach has set the framework, the standards, the methodology for the others to be able to practice and allow their own expressions, creative expressions, to flower and blossom under that particular framework. That's what great leaders do. The third is leaders, great leaders, not only fuel your aspiration and ambition to become more and dream more, but they also inspire in you the ability and the agility and the actions necessary in order to achieve that goal. Now, that's very important. So in that process, you will see great leaders infusing a tremendous belief in yourself. The great Swami Vivekananda said, as many of you know, that if you do not have belief, if you have belief in 1,000 gods and goddesses, but do not have belief in yourselves, you are doomed. Great leaders enable you to infuse that belief. Yes, I can, said Obama. And that's how he became the president of the country. And he's inspired millions of people in the United States, Blacks, who never thought that they would have the opportunity to become leaders, to now become leaders in a country like the United States. The fourth is the leader inspires dedication as well as discipline. You know, you can have dedication, but if you do not have the necessary discipline and the necessary actions in order to implement that discipline, you will not be able to ensure that you meet the goals that you are seeking out to do. The leader, great leaders that I have seen, they not only are great communicators and they do it passionately. The communication is not necessarily verbal. Like I said, communication can happen through action and through leading by example. They're not necessarily the most flamboyant speakers on the horizon, but they inspire people with that few words. A few words and the actions accompanying them inspires millions. And that is what great leaders do. And that's what I have found, that young emerging leaders who are now out there in the platform being recognized, they also ensure that people get recognized for what they do, not taking credit. If you are taking credit all the time for all the people who are surrounding yourselves with and who are actually doing the necessary steps to achieve the higher goal, the higher purpose, the higher ambition that all of us have, then you do not become a great leader. So great leaders not only are able to empathize, inspire dedication and inspire discipline, but they also inspire great determination in the people so that the cause continues to live long after they have gone. You'll see great leaders continue to inspire much beyond their own lifetime. The next thing is great leaders ensure that they empathize with people. You see, we all want, everyone wants our best to be displayed, but there are many who need to be held along the path. And the great leaders, and I hope all the emerging leaders, cultivate this nature of empathy. And when you have empathy and you have communication, then you are able to lead everybody on the way, not just a few people whom you have chosen. It is not just with the chosen few that the leader chooses to work, though he or she may be implementing through a few people who are around them, but they inspire everyone. And finally, great leaders are very resolute. They are very resolute in the achievement of their goal. And this resolution and this determination enables them to creatively address many challenges, many hurdles that come along the way in the achievement of that goal. We all know what the great Mahatma Gandhi did. We all know what Nelson Mandela did. We all know the various people who have influenced our lives, the great spiritual leaders, the great corporate leaders, or the great public leaders who have given their lives in a resolute manner, in a determinate manner, to be able to creatively address so many challenges that came in their path. And finally, a great leader always works towards the benefit of a society, unless and therefore they instill values which are very noble in nature, values that you do need to have to create better people, a better version of the people than what they are, to create a better planet in which we can live in, to create a better society in which we can all flourish and we can grow. I do want to congratulate every one of you young emerging leader who is being recognized today. Your work is outstanding and therefore you are being recognized. And I do hope that you all inspire many, many leaders. And I want to thank GCPIT for creating this platform for recognizing leaders, because that's what we need. And finally, I want to end that every one of us has leadership qualities. It is not, nobody is born a leader. You have the leadership qualities. You have to find the area, the interest, and the goal with which you are passionate about, or on which you are passionate about, and you would automatically unleash that leadership quality necessary for the achievement of that particular goal. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to share a few thoughts on this occasion.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ramlan, for joining us and for that inspirational start to this award ceremony today. Thank you so much again for joining us. So next, I would like to call upon our guest of honors to address the gathering. First up, I would like to invite Dr. Ingrid Vassilo-Feltes, who's the founder and CEO of Institute for Science, Entrepreneurship and Investments. Dr. Ingrid is a globalist, futurist, digital ethicist, digital strategist, and an entrepreneurship ecosystem builder. Thank you for joining us today. Over to you, Dr. Ingrid.
Thank you again for the invitation. It's a great pleasure to be part of the JCPIT family. It's also a privilege to participate in this event today, hosted by JCPIT, to recognize and honor the accomplishments of the global emerging leaders for 2022. I would like to echo the insightful and inspiring remarks we just heard. As a famous quote states, the best way to predict the future is to build it ourselves. The Global Emerging Leader Awards are a perfect embodiment of this quote, as they are given to individuals who are paving the way to build a new future, and they have made significant contributions not only to their fields of endeavor, but also to have a global impact on our society. In the current post-pandemic global landscape, fraught with social, political, economic risks and adversities, we do need authentic, purposeful, inspirational leadership. The honorees today are, again, wonderful examples for this type of leadership. Excuse me. These unprecedented times call for innovative solutions and a revised approach to manage this volatile global business environment so that we can adapt to major emerging technology megatrends. Again, the honorees and actually all the nominees for this award are struggling and adapting to major changes globally, and some of the key domains that global leaders are dealing with and have tackled currently are employee well-being and experience, the great resignation we're noticing around the world, managing a global hybrid workforce, reskilling and upskilling the existing workforce so that they can deal with the hyper automation we're witnessing, as well as being able to guide all their businesses through a global digital and business transformation journey. Global leaders are essential in this journey as they serve as great role models for young generations. They stimulate innovation and accelerate business transformation, which is what is needed in this economic recovery process. They represent the vibrant core of the global entrepreneurship ecosystem and can act as powerful catalysts for economic growth. The award recipients today are also great examples for all the opportunities we have to act as a society, as change makers, so that we can redesign, reshape, recalibrate this global business ecosystem for future generations to benefit from it. Social entrepreneurship, ESG consciousness, and a human-centric approach are all traits that are found in future-ready leaders and ensure their long-term success. Once again, the honorees today are perfect examples of these qualities. This event will also showcase the amazing accomplishments our emerging leaders accomplished across several industries, and we hope that they will encourage others worldwide to act as change agents to accelerate global trade and economic recovery. Our event today also highlights the versatility, agility, and resilience required for leaders to succeed in this new digital era. Not only must they manage a global hybrid workforce, not only must they rethink how to identify, select, retrain, and retain talent, they must invent novel methods to keep older generations productive and engaged. They also have to redesign and rediscover their own brand in this new digital era and their signature leadership style. They must also identify their new workplace identity and understand what values are important to current generations in this new business ecosystem. They must also be comfortable with evaluating and deploying new frontier technologies, new business models, new disruptive ideas. All of us, led by wonderful leaders, must also adjust to a new multisensorial, immersive, embedded collaboration system, new training models, as traditional instruction methods do not seem to meet the needs for current generations. Global leaders in this digital era are also expected to lead with integrity. Ethical leadership, alignment with UN SDGs, and empathy, as we heard earlier, are demanded by the post-pandemic workforce and society. Forging strong strategic partnerships can also strengthen credibility and offer enhanced resilience during novel emerging global risks. As we've seen, we started the year hoping that we would recuperate from the pandemic and got hit with numerous other challenges worldwide. Versatility in building a culture of digital ethics and cyber resilience are essential both in this era due to the complex ethical issues that are caused by hyper-automation and hyper-connectivity, as well as augmented intelligence infused in our society. It is our belief that by embracing a design thinking methodology and an abundance mindset, global emerging leaders can more accurately capture opinions, needs, and pain points experienced by all stakeholders. And they can benefit from the creativity generated when you have a diverse team background. They can also much more easily adapt to novel risks. Design thinking requires empathy, again, as we heard previously, and encourages an iterative process, instilling creative confidence, creating comfort with experimentation, and being able to allow for potential failures due to a continuous quality improvement approach. That type of engagement and methodology seems to fit the current generation. Global leaders that wish to gain competitive advantage and have a transformative impact must also realign their goals not only with the United Nations SDG 2030 agenda, but also with human rights, so that we can build a more inclusive and diverse business ecosystem. Last but not least, global emerging leaders must mentor and coach young aspiring leaders, design and build talent retention programs, as education is the most powerful weapon which you can change the world with, as stated by Nelson Mandela. In closing, I would also like to thank the JCPIT organizing team, as we know how difficult it is to organize events of this magnitude, all our strategic partners and sponsors, to our volunteer judges, my fellow speakers, and our audience for their commitment and support. I would also like to extend the warmest congratulations to all nominees and honorees for their important contributions. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share a few thoughts and congratulate all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Inrit, for that insightful speech and for joining us today. Next, I would like to invite our guest of honor, La Juana Chambers Lawson, who's the founder and CEO of Tacit Growth Strategies, the entrepreneur's entrepreneur. Over to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me today. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade's Global Emerging Leaders Awards 2022. My name again is La Juana Chambers Lawson, and I serve as the founder, president, and CEO of Tacit Growth Strategies, a global project management office and impact management consulting firm that's been seen in O, the Oprah Magazine, Entrepreneur, Forbes, and Marquise, Who's Who in America. Today is indeed a great day of celebration. Here in the United States, we celebrate independence, the day on which the Declaration of Independence was adopted in 1776 and has since been celebrated in the United States as a great national holiday. So happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. Today is important because this day is not the day of actual independence for our nation. On July 2nd, the Continental Congress accepted the idea of independence. It then debated the content of the Declaration over the next 2 days. And then on July 4th, the Declaration of Independence was accepted by the representatives of 12 states. The New York delegation accepted it 11 days later. So the Declaration did not establish the independence of the 13 American colonies. Complete separation from Britain would have to be accomplished by force, and that force, the American Revolution, went on for 9 more years until 1784. The first American colonist killed in the American Revolution was Crispus Attucks, who was celebrated by Americans as the first to defy and the first to die, the first to pour out his blood as precious libation on the altar of a people's rights. And in Dr. King's words, Crispus Attucks is one of the most important figures in African American history, not for what he did for his own race, but for what he did for all oppressed people everywhere. He is a reminder that the African American heritage is not only African, but American, and it is a heritage that begins with the beginning of America. Booker T. Washington once said, "The ear of the leader must ring with the voices of the people." And I'm proud to celebrate each of our distinguished winners of the Global Emerging Leaders Awards today. The Global Emerging Leaders Awards are given to individuals who have made significant contributions to their fields of endeavor and society as a whole. Awards are based on the quality of the applicant's work, as well as the scope of their impact on the community or the country. Honorees are selected by a committee of experts who volunteered their time. The Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade believes in fostering leadership across different levels. And recently, the GCPIT was reflecting on the significance of perspective in our collective role as leaders. As the founder of an award-winning global project management office, I have learned that leadership is not about taking charge or commanding people. The 6th President of the United States, John Quincy Adams, once said that if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are a leader. See, as leaders, we have a responsibility to the people that we serve. We need to know when to hang back, and we need to know when to rely upon them. As my husband says, every lickle make a muckle, meaning that it takes a collection of small parts to make something function. Every little will add up so long as we go together, not alone. And moreover, we don't build trust when we offer help. We build trust when we ask for it, because that's what leaders do. Dr. Maya Angelou once said that when we unite in purpose, we are greater than the sum of our parts. Please join me today in celebrating the 17 emerging leaders of 2022. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lawson. That was a very powerful speech. So thank you again for joining us today. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Hind Bhoya, the founder and CEO of BAL Method Limited, to address the gathering.
Hello, everyone. Hi, can you hear me? I am so happy to be connected here and so honored connecting from a piano competition of my daughter. And I think it's part of our journey as women, as mothers, and as leaders to be able to balance life around caring for your family and also building a business, but also paving the way by being a role model and seeing that it's okay to be able to do it all. So it's such an honor for me to be part of this Global Emerging Leadership Award. I admire every woman, and I think everyone and every leader who was awarded this year has shown different manners or different ways of being a leader in her or his expertise and her or his industry. And I think what it shows us is that there is such a beautiful uniqueness in each one of us. And through this uniqueness, we can all shine and we can all have a space to give the best, to serve, and also to create value, to create wealth, and to also make an impact in the same time. This past 2 years, I've been completely dedicated to women empowerment. And women empowerment is really giving women the authority, the authorization of being in charge of her day, of being in charge of her life, and of being in charge of everything that she does, that she believes in. And that's what empowerment is. And more we empower women, more we are creating a new generation of children who will become tomorrow's leaders, who will be also carrying new ideas and new perspectives. And the way we empower women is really by boosting their confidence. And I think it was so eloquently said with the keynote speaker, is that really to believe in themselves, to believe in their possibilities, to believe that they can create a better world for themselves, a better world for their children, a better world for their community, and a better world for the future generation. And that belief is the start to every leadership mission, to every leadership endeavor. And so believe, that's how we start my method, is by really helping women believe in themselves, believe in their dream. And believe and having the right mindset is not enough, because you need to take actions. And taking action, that's where not only resilience come into play, but also getting all the skills and the tools so that they can be as excellent in whatever they do, that no one ever questioned them. And taking actions is about discipline. It's about disciplining yourself and as a person, as a leader, to create value, to be of service to others, to give the best in whatever you do, so that you can not only attract the wealth through it, but also leave a footprint, leave your legacy behind. And finally, when you get these two things, when you are able to believe in the role you can play, to believe in the possibilities, in your ability to play that role, but also taking actions by harnessing your skills, by harnessing your technical skills, your business skills, your development skills, your communication skills, your branding skills. When you get these two things, you are a leader. And everyone has that leader inside. But all what it takes is really to be able to believe that they can play that role. And if they are lacking some skills, it's the time to get them. It's the time to harness them. It's the time to enhance them. And this is why partnership and this beautiful initiative, and I salute you, Santosh, and the whole team, and Anita, and everyone, and the whole amazing leaders that are around. This is how we do it. This is how we can accelerate the celebration of new leaders, the celebration of new initiatives that are making a difference in the world, the celebration of creating new role models that are paving the way for others that would never believe that it's ever possible for them. And I think that's what this is all about. And that's why it's such an honor for me to be part of it. It's such an honor for me to say yes. I just told me yesterday about the event and I came in. I know I am between my daughter playing piano and I'm here, but I am so honored, and I have emotionally and completely with you, because the mission that we are embarked in is so honorable. And it's so needed, because this is how we're going to make a better future for our children, and for women, and for gender equality, and for reaching the whole sustainable development goals. So thank you again for having me with you. It is such an honor to be in this beautiful platform. Thank you for giving me the time to really add to this beautiful discussion, that being a leader is something you decide. And when you make that unshakable decision that you are designing a beautiful life for yourself and for others, there is nothing that could possibly stop you when you truly believe in it. And when you make that mission and your objective not about you, but about serving others, about bringing the best from others and creating new opportunities to others, this mission becomes bigger than you. So difficulties, obstacles, hurdles will just be seen as, a way to get to your successful objective. And it will be just part of the whole stories. And your story will include all of it, will include the successes, the failure, the difficulties, the celebrations, the happiness, the sadness, all of it together, because that's what makes it so beautiful and so interesting. Thank you. Sending you lots of love from Morocco. I love you all. I love you. I'm always happy to be with you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Bouya, for those beautiful words and sharing those thoughts with us. And thank you for being with us today. So next we have with us Ms. Wendy L. Alexander, the founder of Inspiring Decisions LLC and the creator of the Global Success Society. Over to you, Ms. Wendy.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. GCPIT, as always, you have now definitely become family. The platforms and the events that you actually present and bring to us is what we need today as leaders and future leaders. And so I would like to say thank you so much for providing this platform, because as leaders and as future leaders, it's important that we come together to share our wisdom with our future leaders. And as leaders, it's more important today that we also remind ourselves what it is to be a leader. A leader is someone who inspires passion and motivates. A leader is someone who has a vision and has a plan to execute that vision. A leader empowers our leaders to embrace their own unique qualities and to pass them on to future leaders. The world is in a crisis. It's just not a global issue. It's just not a local issue, it's a global issue. Our communities are suffering both physically and mentally. Future leaders, we need to hear you. We need to hear your voice. And as leaders, we need to empower our future leaders to believe that we can make a change, to provide our future leaders with the opportunities and the platforms, just as GCPIT has done today. Together, we can find creative solutions to not only impact our own communities, but to also impact communities globally. I have been able to sit in places and on platforms as a global leader, as a board leader, that has been able to give me the experiences that I needed to learn, to be able to embrace, to pass on to future leaders from different cultures around the world. To our honorees, our awardees, and GCPTI, congratulations and well done. This is an example of leadership as we come today. And I would like to leave you with a quote. If our actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are a leader. And that's by John Quincy Adams. So thank you again, GCPIT, for having me. And congratulations to our future leaders. And thank you so much as leaders for taking time out today to provide the wisdom to impact our future leaders. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wendy. Next, I would like to invite Olusiji Aina, the development economist with over 20 years of professional experience, who's a co-chair of Kogi State of Economic Advisory Council, to address us.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much, and most kindly for this. Let me quickly apologize that I have to transit from Lagos to Abuja, and as such, I'm transiting, so I might not open my video. It might not be very clear, but again, I will try as much as I can to be brief. So I want to thank you most kindly for having me, and I want to congratulate the awardees for today. You know, as always, it's always my honor and pleasure to be here. And I believe that the awardees are carefully selected to be able to fit into this particular program. So for me, a quick one is that I believe that as leaders, or emerging leaders, global emerging leaders, I believe the awardees are kind of smart, talented, high achievers in their various endeavors who have been chosen carefully. And I believe as well that they have consistently worked for the time to produce more and better work than their peers. Additionally, I believe that you consider those awardees in their subject matters of expert, and they also know how to attain results either collectively as a team player or individually to be able to work through. And I believe that over the years, there are people who have worked so hard, driven to accomplish great things, and I congratulate them. But very quickly before I go, I believe that there are a few points that the awardees must know, and that we as leaders, global leaders, must begin to see. Whoever is going to take up that shoe or aspire to become a global leader must be very active at the core. They must be well rounded up to be able to touch base across all areas and ensure that they carry as many people along. They must be achievers. They must also have the capacity to encourage others and ensure that others are not left behind, but they are encouraged and carried along in all the areas that they are doing. They must be very strong team players, and they must be motivated. There must be an inner passion that is driving them, motivating them to ensure that all they do is driven by passion, is driven by love, and is driven by concern for an inclusive growth and development. Lastly, I believe that the emerging leaders must consider the ability to collaborate with others. So you cannot do it alone. You must work collectively with others as a team player to collaborate and to ensure that you have a self-assured confidence, capable enough to be able to engage with others to move up the ladder. You must be consistent. You must have an appetite for constant learning. You must also have that desire to improve on self. You must not limit yourself to the point where to attain. There must be a yearning, there must be an appetite, there must be a thirst for growth, for development, and the propensity for fostering growth in others must be very key and critical to emerging leaders. You must not see yourself as being at the top alone. The ability to carry others along, the ability to see that others also are able to attain to that level is very critical. Again, I want to thank you most kindly for giving me this opportunity to be here. I want to thank you for always doing the great things and making us proud globally. And it is my honor and pleasure on behalf of my humble self and my organization to say congratulations to the awardees, and I wish them the very best in their future. Again, thank you so much for having me. And my apology that I couldn't stay long because I had to transit from one city to another. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aina, for joining with us and sharing your thoughts today. And last, I would like to invite our guest of honor, Ms. Uma Rao, the CHRO for Granules India Limited, to address the gathering.
Thank you so much, Mishma, and good evening or good morning to everyone. It's my privilege to be in this forum today. And thank you, GCPIT, for organizing this. This, I think, comes at a very important juncture, as all the speakers have said so far. I think there's a crying need for having great leadership skills in our society and in organizations at large. To me, leadership is of prime agenda because I think we have to work towards building a very inclusive world, a world where every constituency has got a place and a voice and is heard in adequate measure. Because it's very important to have a full brain thinking when it comes to solutions and issues in the world. So therefore, I think one of the primary responsibilities of leadership is to create an inclusive world. And that, I believe, is something that all of us as leaders will have to aspire for. The other thing which I wish to say at this time is, how do we build more emotionally intelligent leaders? Because if you're going to be dealing with people across the world with different sensitivities, with different cultures, with different capabilities, now how do you sort of integrate all of them in one place? And I think that's where leaders who are emotionally intelligent will play a very, very important role as we go forward. It's not the most capable person who's a great leader. It's actually the person who's able to harness people together to look in the same direction and aim higher and higher every single day. And therefore, things like self-awareness, self-regulation, feeling motivated intrinsically and being able to motivate others. As one of the co-speakers said, inspiring leadership, inspirational leadership, very, very important. And of course, empathy. We're going through so much in this world. The pandemic has left us scarred, and it's not gone away, by the way. And how do we sort of create leaders who are going to be very empathetic to what is happening and get the best out of everyone who's in that? It's very easy for us to say somebody is good or not good, but I think it takes a lot of effort to build people and harness them for their strengths to deliver a great, either a result or a great solution or a great process. And I think all of these are very important. Social skills, I think, in leaders are going to be more important. No more can people say that, oh, I'm a technology leader or I'm, something else. And I am, exempt from looking at what is relevant to the world around. I think you have to still keep putting that aspect in everybody's mind that it takes all of us to swim together to where we need. And a leader is one who's able to show the direction. The definition of leadership has changed over time. From starting from being, leading from the front, then leading from behind, then staying outside and allowing the teams to do different things. It's been evolving. And I think the best thing about all of these definitions is this is an individual who brings out the best in the team. And I think that definition never changes. So looking at the dynamics around, looking at the moralities that are existing in the society today, looking at the kind of challenges that we're facing, which we have never faced before. The world never faced something like pandemic for as long as I can remember. But I think all of us emerged out of it because that innate leadership qualities came to the fore. But more than anything else, the last 2 years was about empathy and care, and also ability to be resilient and bounce back. And I think all of this is required as we go forward. We are in the most challenging times, but also the most opportunistic times, if I may say so. In developing countries, the opportunities are humongous. The developed countries are facing different kind of challenges, which requires leaders to bounce back. No more can you afford to be arrogant about who you are or what you have achieved, but there's so much to learn from each other. So I think this award comes at a very, very appropriate moment to remember and recognize the contributions of so many of these leaders who are present here. I wish to congratulate all of them. And I think, more power to all of you. I think you can change the world. You have to believe yourself to be doing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Huma, for that insightful words. And with that, I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of GCPIT to thank the chief guest and the guest of honors for taking your time in joining us today for the Global Emerging Leaders Award Ceremony 2022. And with that, we'll move to the most awaited part of the evening, which is the award ceremony. And so just a brief, an expert committee has chosen 17 winners out of 300 nominations from across the world who have excelled as leaders in their respective fields. So now I would like to call upon the award winners, and I would like to request you all to share a few words while the awards are being displayed on the screen. First, I would like to call upon Mr. Nand Kishore Chowdhury, the Chairman and Managing Director, Jaipur Rugs, India. Sir, over to you.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm honored to receive this award. Thanks to everyone at GCPIT for this recognition. I really appreciate their hard work in recognizing brilliant leaders from different fields. It is so heartwarming to see the kind of work everyone present here is doing. This passion and dedication to make a better world is very rare. It is my pleasure to share this space with you all. A few days back, Santosh sent me an email that said, perspective provides us with new points of view, new understanding, and possibility, new ideas. I would like to share one such story that changed my life and the future of Jaipur Rugs. In 1990, I moved to Gujarat to work with the tribal people there. I wanted to train them in the art of rug weaving. They were not very welcoming of outsider, so it was really very difficult for me to live there. Everyone who told me that to go back as the tribal people might harm you or my family, but I was confident that love, empathy, and respect could make the things easier. So I continued my work in my way. I stayed there for 8 years. During that time, I was able to train and develop a network of about 15,000 tribal men and women in the art of rug weaving. These initial challenges taught me to appreciate the wisdom that people at the grassroots generally have. They are the true heroes of Jaipur Rugs. I'm grateful towards my family members, employees, viewers, and customers for their support through the journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, and thanks for all the great work that you're doing, and congratulations. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Sucheta Acharya, the CEO of Saukya Enterprises India.
Thank you so much, GCPIT, the entire team, and I'm really honored to be part of this great platform as well as receive the award today. The GCPIT is more than platform; it's kind of a family. And when I was going through bad patches in life recently, even Mr. Santosh, Aparna, everybody stood behind me and kind of like encouraging me. And I'm really thank you for choosing me for this award. What I started this Saukya Enterprises 4 years back, and what I am now is just a single woman army, I would say. I just hired one lady that's a single mother. She was a single mother, and today I have so many of them. I'm making indirectly 250 lives impacted through this work. And that's just within a very small short span of time. But apart from that, when I started this, actually I never thought that this would become so big. I always say that this is not my success story, but the individual person in my team is a success story. So this is always I keep on saying and telling people. So just interview them; they will feel high about themselves. As Dr. Hines said, this is about making them confident, making them stand up on their own, and making them feel powerful about them is what all about the leadership is. And taking the first step is the best thing I have done in my life towards this journey. Thank you so much again, Team GCPIT. I'm really, really honored to be part of this entire platform. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Ms. Suchita.
That's Shweta Ravnius.
Okay. Next, I would like to call Ms. Estelle Meyer, the Director of Africa Business Intelligence, South Africa.
Yeah, she will not be able to join. She is not keeping well. Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to request Ms. Rebecca Bakare, the founder and CEO of Mama's Creation Foods, North America and South Africa, to say a few words.
Thank you so much to the Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade for all you're doing to actually uplift and highlight entrepreneurs who are using business as a force for good. Thanks for the recognition, especially with regards to my work at Mama's Creation Foods, working with women in African agriculture to build and create livelihoods that are resilient and dignified. And I would especially like to thank God for actually setting me on this journey of impact and providing me with all the resources, placing people in my path to actually support me. It's not been an easy journey. It's been a journey with lots of downs, lots of ups, but having people who actually believe in your vision to support you, either it be emotionally or financially, has been really amazing. So I would say, this award is actually dedicated to the women that we're working with in Mama's Creation Foods. Here's to actually enabling gender equity in African agriculture. Yes, to creating, transforming our food systems into ones that are especially healthy, that are also inclusive, and most especially equitable. So thank you so much for giving me this platform, GCPIT, and especially to a partner and Santosh for the recognition.
Congratulations. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. Paola Fiore, forward-thinking sustainability pioneer, CSR specialist and coach, environmental and climate change expert, UN Teach SDGs educator and ambassador.
Thank you so much for such an important recognition, and I'm very, very happy, sincerely happy today to be with you all at this grand celebration, Global Emerging Leaders Awards 2022. First of all, I really would like to express my sincere gratitude to the GCPIT and especially to Aparna and Santosh and all the team for such an incredible, amazing work with all the different, nominees and everything that you did in these last weeks and months. And I feel very, very happy to be part of such an incredible family and community where I would say we share very important common values to be and become a better leader ourselves and to inspire other people, and especially the younger, to be and become themselves. I would say, first of all, authenticity. This comes very, very deeply from your heart. And I think this is what connects us all at the most. So authenticity, I would say, is really, really at the core of what, let's say, authentic leaders are doing to create in many areas of the world, locally, globally, really common good for the majority of the people. And then I would say also empathy. We share a lot of empathy ourselves. We share a lot of confidence, positive confidence in the inner resources that each of us has within ourselves. And just like every other person on earth has themselves. It's just a matter of, discovering and finding on our own way someone else that believe in us, to, let's say, share with us some more confidence and support us to become a better leader. And I would also like to share another thing that I really would like each of us from now on will share all together. And this is about be a sustainability leader. We all need to become more and more aware of the importance of sustainability, of all the global challenges that we face, about the environment, about our climate, and recognizing that we all can be sustainability leaders. It doesn't have to be any more, let's say, a niche. It doesn't have to be any more an exception, but it has to be, part of the general knowledge that we can all share and we can all collaborate on together. And obviously, I would like to say also a big thanks to my family, especially to my grandmother that is not here with me and us anymore. But she taught me when I was 5 years old, about the importance of taking care of our planet, of our Mother Earth. And from that time, I really start to do everything I do based on that teaching that I received when I was a little child. So thank you again for such an important recognition. And I'm much looking forward to create even more good with all of you together and inspire even more people. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations, Dr. Fiore. Our next winner is Dr. Amit Lat, the Chief Executive Officer at Sharda Group of Companies International, Poland.
She will not be able to join. He's right now in Istanbul on the field.
Okay. So we'd like to move to Dr. Ikechi Agbugba, the agribusiness activist and researcher and university professor from South Africa.
Thank you very much, Nishma. And also thank you to Santosh. He has really worked hard. And thanks to, there's a lady, I'm looking out for her name, Apana. Apana's name is a bit familiar to me because I used to know Apana Akiraji, who used to correspond with me before I came to India in 2014. I am overwhelmed by the selection. I am overwhelmed by the hard work displayed by the team in choosing everyone, including myself. I know I have been working hard since I came into this space of agriculture as a child. And I wish to appreciate my mother. She's not here, but she is she's living. She's a retired university staff at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, where she worked with my dad. My dad gave her the opportunity because she was also, amongst those who were recruiting a man of character, of blessed memory. And you may not really understand why I'm taking out time to appreciate them. I really wish to appreciate all those teachers at the University Staff School, University Secondary School, University of Nigeria, from the GS to Department of Agricultural Economics, and also in South Africa at the University of Fort Hare, Professor Juruchukwu. I wish to appreciate Professor Antonia Achike. She is my, the second supervisor. She's living. The lead supervisor died some few years ago. And I have really been very passionate about transforming Africa's economy through the agriculture sector. And I think you can feel the energy from my voice. That's the way that I also do things around Africa. I have done a lot of works in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa, and in the Northern African region as well. And I hope that this feather, I call it feather, being added to my cap, is for me to do more. It's to fan up my enthusiasm, to fan up my spirit, and give me more drive to push harder. I wish to appreciate all those who have given us very beautiful comments from the US. I hope I will remember them. I know some have dropped out. Dr. Paolo, I appreciate you. Yes, please, if I don't mention your name, don't feel bad. Wendy is awesome. I think she's in the US as well. Where are they now? All these beautiful faces, I can't find them again. Anyway, I am really appreciative, Omar, and my fellow awardees and nominees and recipients for this great award. They are celebrating me, not funny enough, the people who are even celebrating me are not even my family. It's those that I've affected their life in one way or the other. I'm here in England. Last week, I was invited by the University of Sunderland to give a speech in their conference on the future of trade in Africa. And it was awesome. It was, a knowledge sharing session where I met lots of persons from South Africa, from the US, from all parts of Europe. And it was really amazing. Dr. Jones, Larry Jones, son was the one who spearheaded, and that platform was really, a veritable one that, offered me also the opportunity to sound what I normally sound to them about food, about nutrition, about agriculture, about agribusiness. And the word agribusiness activist did not come from anywhere; it came from within me. And my secondary school colleagues are asking me, why am I putting that word activist? I said, because I'm a food security expert, and I am not just promoting that we should eat good food. We should not just eat good food, we should eat the right food. And, of course, the body needs it. And, the agribusiness is the business side of agriculture. We need to take agriculture more seriously here in Africa. We are encouraging that we have done well, very well in having, churned out leaders who have done their bit. But now, I will not spare them. I will not spare our people again. We must have to take the bull by the horn. It is now time. It's no longer business as usual. It has to be business in the new economy, business with technology advancements. So I really want to appreciate everyone. And I wish to say that we should always have integrity in what we are doing. I am originally Nigerian. And some persons feel that nothing good comes from that side of the country. But you can see that the woman DG at the WTO is championing that cause. She is a woman, she is a Nigerian, she is an African. And she also, is part of my life as well, because her family, we all started from the University of Nigeria as well, with Chinua Achebe, and which many of top persons of blessed memory who were in one way or the other contributed to what I am here. Even Zik of Africa. So some of you have heard of Nnamdi Azikiwe. Nnamdi Azikiwe was also one of those persons who, contributed to what I am today. We attended the same school with the children, and we had very good teachers then, very sacrificial, very kind, very disciplined, very dedicated, very determined, very dogged. We had them, I tell you. And you need to meet with some of us. I know, I really wish to give kudos to Chimamanda. We were also raised in the same environment. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, the famous writer. And she has really kept the you know, that four kept the fort, and she is inspiring a lot of us who are, you know, junior to her. But though we were in the same, you know, school at that time, seeing our elders, you know, coming up. And this is really awesome to meet with people that I have never met before. And that's part of the global leadership thing we are talking about. Being from different, having different colors, skin colors, having different, coming from different continents and the countries of the world, and yet we are sharing knowledge, yet we are peaceful, yet we are happy with each other, yet we are also saying the right thing at the same time. Yes, we are also allowing people to also grow and stepping aside when the time comes for the younger generation to emerge and take over from where we have stopped. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ikechi, and congratulations to you. Next, I would like to invite Tendai Stefano, the Chief Executive Officer of Afro Global. Afro Global Trade Limited, UK. Mr. Tendai, you're on mute.
Okay, I'll start again. Thank you very much for having me at this prestigious event where I'm meeting people of all walks of life from different cultures. And I also want to start by highlighting that GCPIT is doing a very good job by being inclusive and very diverse, because on this platform, like some of the speakers have been saying, we are seeing people from different parts of the world, which is very much encouraging, especially when it comes to doing business. And moving forward, I would like to thank my colleagues who I work with, and we work in a very complex environment. And I believe some of the awardees who are here today who agree with me that it's not easy working in the emerging markets, considering the constraints and the limited resources that are available, and also the resistance because of lack of knowledge of what we'll be trying to communicate. Because I'll give an example. Many a times I've been called an agent of the West, simply because I tried to communicate something to a politician who didn't understand where I was coming from. And I never got angry with them. It was because I felt that he didn't understand. It's because he looked back at history. Most of these emerging markets used to be colonies. So the moment you start talking business, they start thinking, oh, that's an agent who's bringing recolonization, which is still a perception amongst other people from Africa, especially in the political space. But our role as emerging leaders is to change that perception and bring in a new ideology that we live in a global village whereby everyone is entitled to opportunities and to engage freely and actually come up with sustainable solutions that can change the world. And that being said, we have issues that can sound controversial, but sometimes I feel this is the right platform to mention them. We have the United Nations. They are always talking about global goals, eradicating poverty and hunger. And when we think of hunger and poverty, obviously the most affected continents are the emerging markets. But on the other hand, we have investors. When you approach them with projects that need investment, they are looking for bankable projects, which is quite a challenge. I've attended many webinars when people talk about there is a lot of funding available in the world to change the world, but nobody addresses the vacuum that investors are looking for something that is bankable. The emerging world cannot afford to get a project bankable, and nobody wants to address this vacuum. So I urge you all emerging leaders to actually look into this narrative and also come up with solutions, because I believe on this platform, we've got great thinkers and we've got great innovators who can come up with solutions. Because in business, I believe to be a great leader, you have to have character, you have to have integrity, and you have to be able to motivate. And also, you are not supposed to be selective as a great leader, but you have to be inclusive and ensure that everyone actually benefits from what you do. Because gone are the days of using charisma. We have a lot of leaders, especially on the political space, who believe in charisma. They say something today for clout, and they go away and do something totally different for self-gratification. And at the same time, they promise the same people something very positive so that they remain relevant. But as great as aspiring leaders, I urge you all to walk, to actually walk, to walk the path of what you say. You have to, your words should be your life. And I would like to quote one of the great people who inspires me. That's Kota, who is a specialist in change management. Kota is always talking about winning hearts and minds. But when you win hearts and minds, you don't have to coerce. You have to deliver change in an effective way that is sustainable, that can actually make the world a better place. So with that being said, I would like to thank my team that I've been working with. And it hasn't been an easy road. And I know now that I have got this award, I don't see it as a personal award, but I see it as a challenge for me to excel in the things that I'm doing, to try and find solutions to create a better world in the future. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Tendai, and congratulations to you on winning the award. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Rishikesh Patankar, Chief Executive Officer, CSC Academy.
I am very glad to deliver this speech on such an important and momentous occasion in my life. It is a great honor for me to receive this award. I am deeply honored for recognition of our as a part of the larger Digital India program, which started in 2014, and this is the 6th year running. The organization with which I am working have been touching lives of millions of people in the rural areas across the hinterlands of India. The areas include education, skill development, healthcare, livelihoods, government to citizen services. I would like to thank GCPIT team, Santosh ji, Aparna ma'am, and all people who have been part of the staff. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you and congratulations again, Dr. Rishikesh. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Rajiv ISR, Chief Mentor, EV Masterclass, Ed Investment and Promotion, Government of Andhra Pradesh, India.
Yeah, thank you very much, Vishma, and a very, very good evening from India to all the global leaders that are here. I think one of the speakers rightly mentioned, who is a leader? A leader is someone who could inspire, who had the ability to inspire others to dream big, work harder, achieve bigger, and thus contribute much positively and at a bigger, larger scale to the rest of the mankind and the world. But unfortunately, most often, these leaders and their efforts are ignored, or rather taken for granted. Probably the thought could be that it's an obligation just because they're leaders, and it's no longer an entitlement. But I think at a juncture like that, I must really appreciate the hard work and the efforts put in by the Global Council for Promotion of International Trade, GCPIT, the chair and the co-chair, Mr. Santosh and Ms. Aparna. I think we will take a pause here and then congratulate you both and appreciate for the wonderful efforts that you have put in, Aparna and Santosh, because it's not easy to run a campaign like this, mobilize 300 applications, and let me tell you, the applications and then the questions were not easy. Unless somebody has done it in their life, and unless somebody has experienced and demonstrated those results, those are very, very difficult to fill up. And again, they have these word limits, etc. I mean, I had a real tough time filling up that particular sheet, right? Now, reviewing 300 such answers, interviewing almost all of them, and then finally churning the top 17 as the best global emerging leaders, I think that itself is a very, very inspiring job that you both have done, right? And we cannot just but appreciate. And also at the same time, it's a wonderful opportunity to meet all the other global emerging leaders here, because I'm sure in the realm and in the sphere that we have been influencing the ecosystem, we have been influencing the society, the community, and the people around in the best possible way that we could. But I'm just imagining and wondering, what if all these 17 leaders with their best strengths come together, collaborate and contribute? I'm sure the world will no longer remain the same as it is. And I think while they have done their part of bringing us together here, I think it's our responsibility from here to collaborate with one another, to kind of contribute to one another, complement one another, and then make this world a better place for the other generations and then the younger generations to come. So with this, once again, very much honored. I firstly thank my God for this wonderful opportunity that he has given, and then the rest of the team here. Great, and thank you very much, and kudos and cheers to all of you. Thanks a lot for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations, Rajiv. Our next awardee is Dr. Somdatta Singh, founder and CEO of Acidus Global, India, USA, and UAE.
Thank you, Mishma, and a very good morning, afternoon, and evening to all the recipients of the awardees, the honorable speakers, and most importantly, the GCPIT team. I'm deeply humbled. I think my interaction with Santosh ji and Aparna ji were more than overwhelming. I think it was not just a dialogue, but it was also a learning experience, because unless you have vision, you perish. And that's what leadership is all about. It's not about the positions, it's not about the title, it's not about the success, it's about the relationships. Because people do not remember how much money you have, but people never forget how you treated them. If you today sit down to count the billionaires that existed about 50 years back, you would be left with maybe less than a few fingers to count on, because people don't remember them. Some of them have absolutely left no legacy except for passing on their fortune to the second generation and the third and here on. But the really great leaders are those that create a legacy. And legacy comes with knowing what you're not good at. I, at the very initiation of my career, have learned from really great leaders, including Dr. Amar Bose, with whom I had a chance to do my thesis during my PhD. And he's the founder of Bose Systems. He had asked me, what is the most remarkable quality of an entrepreneur? And I remember writing down multiple qualities in a piece of paper and taking to him, and he tore it into pieces in front of me. He said, "You're an idiot." And I was in tears. I was crying. I was just 22 years old. And here is a man of his legacy and his work and his epitome telling me that I was an idiot. He said, "Go back and reflect again." Unfortunately, in today's day and time, we're always taught to look at what we're good at. We're never taught to appreciate what we're not, because we believe that the deficit of qualities and capabilities is a sign of weakness. We forget that it's actually a sign of strength. It is, because if you were perfect, then you would be God. Because you're not, you have a learning curve and you can learn. So as an entrepreneur, the first quality is you know what you're not good at. So you hire people who are better than you. And as you do that, you create a culture where failure is acceptable. I remember Mr. Ramanan, addressing this convocation today and talking about his journey and great qualities of leadership. I had an opportunity to work with him in Niti Aayog because I was a part of the core committee that actually created the Women Entrepreneurship Cell. And I remember coining the word where we called it Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and Karma Shakti. And the organization in India awarded me for that because I coined that, because I said Shakti, the power of woman, is at the core of everything. Because if you see the power of creation, and if you say that God is close to creation, then women are closer to God, because we are the ones who create, right? We have the power to give life. And that's why we have 2 X chromosomes, unlike men. And of course, with all the men honorees here, I think you guys appreciate it because you all came from one, and that is us. So I say a woman is not to woo a man, but a woman is a womb plus a man. And we have the power to create. So we are extremely good when it comes to natural leaderships. And that's why if you see some of the best banks in the world are run by women, and some of the best chefs in the world are men, because men are greatly creative. They're great in kitchen, while women are very good with money. So to all the men here, if you have lost money from your wallet, it was the woman that's saving up for your future and ensuring that there is never any inconvenience when you think everything is convenient. So despite the fact that 3% of the total funding goes to women, out of the billions of dollars that get funded, where men-led organizations get the money, only 3% goes to women. And fortunately, out of the 3%, 78.9% are profitable businesses. That's the power of Shakti. That's the power of creation, and that's the power of strength and knowledge. And that's what leadership is about. Leadership is about creating and letting it thrive. It is about empowerment. It is about allowing someone to nurture and grow while you create the vision. And that's why you need the vision. You need the empowerment, where you know how you identify great people to drive the vision. While you do that, don't discount relationships, because that's the most important part. Your network is your net worth. And that's why the people with the greatest relationship never is devoid of success, because success is not money. Success is when you have people to fall back on at your direst of times. So aside is today, it's my 3rd venture. I've had 2 successful exits. I'm an angel investor. I invest in businesses. I'm not driven by gender. I'm driven by skills. I'm driven by quality. And I'm driven by what asset you create and the value that you bring to people. So I'm extremely humbled and honored to receive this award, because like they say in Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. So I think the responsibility is to empower more people, to inspire more people, while taking a step back and seeing others grow. Thank you very much. I'm truly and deeply honored. Thank you.
Thank you for these beautiful words, Dr. Somdatta, and congratulations to you on winning this award.
Thank you.
Our next awardee is Ms. Shweta Dalmia, the founder and CEO of Climapreneur India. Over to you, Ms. Shweta.
Firstly, thank you to GCPIT, Aparna ji, Santosh ji for such an amazing honor. I still don't feel that I am a leader, because I truly believe that you never choose to be a leader, you are chosen to be one. Like if I'm getting this award for the work we do at Climapreneur, and to be very honest, I didn't choose to build Climapreneur. I would in fact say that Climapreneur chose to, get built by me. And this award really belongs to every mentor, every teacher, every person who has really helped us build Climapreneur. This award really belongs to my family who have shown like amazing resilience. And this award really belongs to leaders like you who are doing amazing work and who are inspiring many others to do the same thing. A lot have been said on leadership, and probably you guys are, much more experienced, much more knowledgeable than what I am, and you know what leadership is. I would not say what leaders are and what leaders do, but I would just say that in whatever areas you guys are working in, we are working from different continents, from different countries. Please incorporate climapreneurial mindset. Please integrate climate action into whatever decisions you take, and we will be together unstoppable. So once again, thank you, GCPIT. Congratulations to all the fellow amazing leaders here, and please keep inspiring me the way you always do. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations to you, Shweta. Next, we have Olatunji B. Alonge, founder of Growth Hive Consulting, Nigeria.
Yeah, great pleasure to be here. I want to appreciate everybody for this privilege. I want to appreciate GCPIT, and I want to appreciate Santosh. You know, I got a DM and I was like, "What's this about?" You know, fast forward, I got myself in front of was a name now. I'm trying to remember a name. Okay, Apana. It was really a nice time, and I want to appreciate the other nominee.
Mr. Alonge, are you here? I think we've lost him. Okay. Meanwhile, we can move to the next awardee, Xavier Wambugu, the Secretary General Association of Countrywide Innovation Hubs, Kenya.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this honor, Ms. Mishna. Just like Mr. Ramanan stated today, some leaders are not flamboyant speakers, and I guarantee you today I'm not a flamboyant speaker, but I'm privileged to be here today. However, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude to have been selected to receive the Global Emerging Leaders Award, and congratulations to my fellow Global Emerging Leaders. I am so honored to have my work recognized in this way by the GCPIT team. It's evident that being a leader is impacting the community or ecosystem without expecting anything back. Many hours went into leading the Association of Countrywide Innovation Hubs, which is mainly a congregation of over 60 different innovation hubs in Kenya, and Mount Kenya Hub, an innovation hub in Kenya. And it means so much that the work that I am so passionate about also resonates with other leaders in the world. This accomplishment is not something that I did alone, and there are many others who deserve to share in this award. I'd like to thank all the ecosystem enablers in the Association of Countrywide Innovation Hubs, which cross-cut different sectors and regions in Africa, and the Mount Kenya Hub team who work so hard to make me look good. I'm also very thankful to my family, mentors, colleagues, and enablers in Kenya for providing an enabling environment to impact the community and promote international trade and collaboration through innovation. Last but not the least, thank you to GCPIT team, despite the different time zones. I know we had a lot of back and forth in terms of the time zones, for offering me this recognition for the little work I am dedicated in, which is impacting lives in my ecosystem. I hope that this recognition of my work can serve as an inspiration to others in Africa, no matter the race, the country, or the gender. Remember, if my work can make a difference from the root of Mount Kenya, so can yours. And I will continue with my effort to make the grassroots innovators and communities have equal rights, skills, and opportunities as they innovate to bring positive change in their immediate community by creating innovative solutions that promote international trade for many years to come. And just like what Dr. Igrid today said, this is by creating and shaping the world, by making them solve the solutions themselves. I'm humbled and appreciative. Thank you and good day, good night, depending on which side of the country or the world you're connecting from. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations to you, Savio. Our next awardee for today is Dr. Pradeep Kumar, the president of Indo-European Education Foundation and faculty at the University of Applied Sciences in Nysa, Poland.
So please unmute.
Okay. Oh, namaste, dzień dobry. So namaste, it means we are using the one word which covered the entire world. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all of you. And dzień dobry from this area where I'm belonging to, Poland. As I believe that education is not just learning of facts, but it is a training about the mind, to think. So once we start thinking, we think about GCPIT by creating such fantastic platform and bringing different mind from different part of the world. So I really congratulate you. Thank you. And I appreciate you for providing such platform and honoring me with such fantastic award by recognizing my activities and actions in Poland, in European Union, in Europe, and India, covering around the globe. So thank you so much. You know, when I have received this award, it's a great feeling because particularly I had some interaction with Aparnaji when I was in a village, one very interior area of Bihar, that was the Madhubani district. And I came back a few days before from India by traveling around almost entire India. So recognizing my work at this platform with these global young leaders, I'm really feel privileged and honored. This is my 5th award in last 2 years with the recognition 2021 and 2022. That gives me more energy and enhance me to put my efforts through traveling and reaching to the poorest from the poor from different part of the society. It is not limited to India, it is not limited to Poland, it is not limited to Ukraine, but it is extending around the world. And that is the passion what I'm getting from this platform as well by listening this so encouraging mind and doing fantastic activities, fantastic their job in their own field. So thank you so much. I also heard so many definitions we heard about the leaders, about their characteristics and their understanding. But I believe, 12 years before, it was 2009, I called my principal, who used to be very good friend of mine and principal of New Law College, Pune, Bharati Vidyapeeth. Very dynamic personality. And the first time I called him to Poland in 2009, and he used a fantastic quote, which has been given by Edward. And that quote was, I just would like to repeat here now. If you have an apple and I have an apple, if you have an apple and I have an apple, exchange these apples. Still you will get one and I will get one. But if you have an idea and I have an idea, if you have an idea and I have an idea, exchange these ideas, you will get two, I'll get two. And that is the platform, what I have seen here again, that GCPIT is providing us by creating this platform, bringing different minds at the same platform and combining, exchanging these ideologies by spreading their knowledge and their work recognition to enhance us to work more effectively and give our support to the people though they are looking forward for. So I think that it is not about the efforts, how much you are putting, but it is about how much efforts has been counted in hours, how much efforts has been counted in the society in reality. Not let your words to talk about you, let your work talk about you. So if you do such things, I think this is the great leadership characteristics, what we would like to see. And in this direction, my foundation, Indo-European Education Foundation, which is working in Poland, came in existence in 2013. And we are helping many universities in Poland. We are helping many universities around the European countries. And we are celebrating many students who could not think to get even their education being in India or interior part of the world. They come to European Union, they come to the Polish universities and they get education. What I believe that the education is only the tool which can change the world. because we create the mind to let them to think, analyze, and then execute their plans. So this is the tool which we all leaders, when you're sitting here together on the platform of GCPIT, supposed to talk about it, supposed to speak about it, that world needs proper education, world needs proper training, and world needs proper people who can execute that. And we are open for that. I thank to my university, where I'm also associated with, University of Applied Sciences in Nysa, Poland. This is one of the best university in Poland, which is working with more training program efforts, that we don't provide only certificates. We don't believe to provide only a piece of paper as called certificates, but we believe that once we understand the needs of the industries, we provide the courses for the students. So we combine academia, industry together, and we provide the courses. And that's why we are one of the best university in Poland here. So I extend my thanks to my rector, because he has given me very free hands to express my knowledge, share my learnings with the society, though they are in need, and appreciate them, to bring them, uplift them to the level where they would like to go. So I express really thanks to my honorable rector, my colleagues, my international relations office, Anna Pauka, Dagmara, and my dean, Alina Dittman, and all the colleagues from my department. They're very supportive whenever we bring any kind of training programs or any ideologies to the department, to the university. They love to execute, they love to learn, and then plan how to split it with the society and bring community together with that kind of programs. So I'm very thankful for my all the team members, though they're working together. And I extend thanks again to Santoshji, who has just given me a platform to share my thoughts and execution plans. Thank you so much. I'm very glad to be the part of it. And I welcome you all the leaders to join us, be together and work together. If I can be part of any of your projects, I will feel privileged for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Pradeep, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Our next awardee for today is Annapurna, who's the head of Human Resources and Admin, India, South Asia, and Dubai for Global Talent Acquisition, FIME India Private Limited, and also the founder for Emotionalytics and Co. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. It's a very overwhelming time for me from the last 1.5 hours, because for me, Santosh, Mishma, and Aparna are not new. I have worked with them, and it was a great time we all spent together. Santosh is a man of energy, and he's so contagious with him. Whenever I meet him, whenever I talk to him, he's a man of action, and everything what we discuss overnight, it will be converted into an action. That is what I have seen him. And brother, you have unstoppable. That's what I could say. Aparna is a person of lot of patience, perseverance, and it was wonderful working with Aparna also on our initiatives. Thank you, both of them. And of course, Mishma is now again, she's continuing to do a good work. Thank you, Mishma. And definitely it's with deep gratitude to GCPIT and the whole of the team who has also selected me for this award. I am very much happy to be amongst you all. Of course, I have been a HR leader, and I've won so many awards in my lifetime, but this is very special to me. And recognizing at a global platform and recognizing the work. Sometimes what happens to leaders is you silently keep on doing a lot of work, and then suddenly someone comes and recognizes your work. As I think Rajiv was saying, the way the whole of the process was done, when the entire world is spreaded with a lot of awards, but here is someone who is doing a very meticulous work, understanding the background, understanding through our interviews, questionnaires, deeply working 300 applications and bringing it to 17 is not at all an easy job. Kudos to Aparna, kudos to Santosh and the team who has worked behind over there. And definitely for me during this pandemic, I think Uma was talking about emotional intelligence and leadership, and I think 2 years back never I knew that something like a pandemic would hit for us, but I was very much vocal about emotional intelligence because what I saw in the corporates lacking of emotional intelligence and EQ amongst the leaders was something which I couldn't this one. So I started off emotional ethics, which is thoroughly doing a deep work in emotional intelligence space. And definitely I think someone else, Somdata, was speaking about women empowerment, which is very closer to my heart. And when I speak about women empowerment and when I speak about this award, I think first of all is kudos to me from wherever I have come through, and today I'm there. I come from a deeper part of Orissa, and I'm very happy to always be recognized in any platform that I'm a tribal woman from deeper interior part of the eastern part of India, where we grew up with the epidemics, where we are a child survivor of many epidemics and things like that. But I came up and with great education, with great parents, great support, great in-laws, great teachers and mentors. I think today, as we sit and if I have to give gratitude, I think everyone around me who has touched my life, I think deep gratitude to everyone. And for me, leadership is all about entrepreneurship is all about entering the ship. That's what I would say. Leadership is all about lead the ship, and lead the ship with friendship. Make friendship wherever you are a leader, either you are in a corporate space or in your entrepreneurship journey or entrepreneurship journey, whatever it is, but lead that ship with friendship. And I'm sure that you can have a massive sustainability in whatever you would like to do it and do things. With these few words, I thank all my winners of across the globe. It was amazing listening to each one of you, each of your work, the deeper work what you do, and the ideas and the ideals what you are carrying with. And I'm happy to be a part of any of your projects which will touch, and especially wherever you are going to work with women or emotional intelligence space. Just a shout away and I'm there with you guys. That's what I would say. And once again, with great thanks and deep gratitude, I remain here and I humbly accept this award. Namaste from all me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Annapurna, and congratulations to you on winning this award.
Thank you.
So next, I would like to invite Ms. Ngozi Oyiwole, the founder of Noxy Limited, CEO of Strategic Women and Youth Institute, Nigeria.
Hello, everybody. It's such a great pleasure, extreme pleasure. I'm so sorry I'm on the road, but this means a lot to me. I'm so excited. I'm very grateful to Sanchez and his team, to Apana, to everyone for all their effort, for all they have done. Again, being a leader, I know is not easy. But you know what? I love the drill. The drill was so much. After a while, I thought, this exam is a real exam. It was just worth every bit of it. It may have come so easy. It was something that they were intentional to know who a true leader is. And I'm glad the thoroughness of how the interview went, the extent and all the efforts. I appreciate all they have done. I'm very grateful. I'm so sorry. It's not very clear. The net is very off. So being a woman in a male-dominated industry, it's not an easy one. But like I said, we keep breaking the barriers. We keep climbing the ladder. We keep shattering the ceiling, and we keep pulling through. I'm very grateful. Thank you once more to Santosh, to Apana, to everyone that was involved in this. Thank you to GCPIT. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to you. Lastly, I would like to again invite Mr. Olatunji Alonge.
Yeah, it's a good privilege to come again. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I want to appreciate everybody And I would say I was on it appreciating those people who were unable to stay here. We are here on your behalf. I want to appreciate everybody. GCPIT, I want to appreciate you. Santosh, thank you so much. Apana, thank you so much. I remember vividly, the time I had with you, it was really interesting. And I want to say a big thank you to everybody. Yeah, I just came back from the burial of my grandmother, who was my best friend while she was here. She lived 103 years, and I always spent time with her. She's practically the origin of wisdom for me. When we talk about meeting people, I spent so much time with her, and it was a pleasure to receive this award, while we're doing the final right for her. And I want to say a very big thank you for this privilege. And to every of my family members, I want to say thank you for your contribution to whatever it is that we are just starting. Network, yeah, Annapurna, I really appreciate you. I like your use of words, I like words, and I use them like they are born with me. Entrepreneurship, enter into the ship, and leadership, lead the ship with friendship. And I want us to go with this, and that's going to be the beauty of why we are here on this platform. Network. Network is building the net that works. If we do not pay attention to the strengths of the net, if we do not pay attention to the size of the net, we do not pay attention to the sense of the net, you will not go with a strong net to where you are to catch big fishes. You will not go with a sensible net to where you are to get sensible fishes. And then sometimes when you want to get crayfish, you go with a different kind of net from the one we want to get shark. And it's an opportunity for us that we are here today. We've got a very big net. We've got a very strong net. We've got a very sensible net. And then it's for us to make it work, because there's none of us that is better than all of us. It's a privilege that we are here today on this platform, but we become better privileged when we work together to be able to achieve real essence of what leadership is all about. Leadership is, it's not title. Leadership is not award. It's a motivation to do more. It's a motivation to be able to, show people the way. And you know what? Make them to be able to lead the way even in your absence. And I see this as so much motivation for all of us globally. You may see the color of my skin. I am color blinded. And that's why when I see people, I see people. I don't see color. So it's a big privilege for me to be here on this platform today. And I want to appreciate everybody who has done, those tiny things. The thing is this, people are watching. That's my watchword. People are watching. So because you have this notion that people are watching, keep doing what people can see. What people can see. Do and leave the talks. Leave all of it. Let them make the rumors. Let them make whatever they want to do. You do the work, and you see a lot of things are going to take shape. Yeah, right now we need more leaders that are emotionally intelligent. I have the term, stands for your self-awareness. Your forefinger stands for your self-management, self-motivation, empathy, and social skill. When you have that, don't forget. That's what you need to be able to hold life. If you don't have that hand, forget it. You're not going to hold life, no matter how good you think you are as a leader. Much more now. COVID came to give us a reset and tell us how much we need emotional intelligence as leaders in this age. Yeah, it's not for you to flaunt the titles. It's not for you to flaunt the award. It's a privilege and a motivation to do more. I want to appreciate everybody doing those great works, and for all that got nominated, for all that wish that, yeah, they would have been nominated. And I still ask myself, who nominated me? But you know what? When you do good works, your works will speak for you. Please keep doing those works and enjoy the best that life has to offer. Apana, thank you so much. I can't forget that time. And Santos, his gentle DMs are so loud and powerful. They come to you, and every time you get them, Dr. Nkechi, He was the first person that celebrated me and said, "Hey, I celebrate you." And I saw it, I was like, "Hi, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, sir. I appreciate every bit me to do that. Mishma, you are doing a great work. Thank you so much. It's a privilege to be on this platform. And the beauty of this platform is that we build nets that work. Let's network. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alonge, and sorry for the loss, but I'm sure your gran is smiling down upon you right now as you receive this award. So congratulations to you again. So that's all our awardees for today. And to end this ceremony on a good note, I would like to now invite Dr. Shelley Brunswick, the CEO of Space Foundation and Global Chairperson, the Great Leaders Council, to give a closing remark.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me, and what an amazing, amazing group of award winners. I am just so honored to be with you and hearing your stories and your journeys and how you are creating the pathway for the next generation. When we think about leadership, we think about how all of us have it, and that we all must use our leadership to improve the world and create change, whether big or small, and that we must actively expand upon it. And all of you have demonstrated that you are using leadership, that you are applying leadership, and that you are looking for ways to expand it and enhance it and grow it. One of the things I wanted to share with you is that at Space Foundation, as our Global Alliance Division, together, we are fueling global leadership and entrepreneurship with you and GCPIT. And we're doing this by building partnerships, creating more access and opportunity for careers in both the space ecosystem, but adjacent industries. And this will drive innovation, entrepreneurship, and create economic opportunity for all regions of the world, communities, and citizens. In doing so with this leadership, we are facilitating collaborations across commercial, education, government, stakeholders for networking, opening dialogues, and joint programs. And by building international government partnerships, we will engage with embassies and dignitaries, consulates, commercial enterprises, government agencies, educational institutions, think tanks, accelerators, incubators, trade associations, and donors around the world. It is so exciting to think about how all of us together are creating the change that we want to see in the world. And by partnering together in big or small ways, we are taking steps to make tomorrow better, not only for ourselves, but for others. So I want to thank you, GCPIT, for inviting me to join you. I'm always honored to participate and be on the board of directors. And it's a pleasure hearing all the emerging leaders. I hope to continue to partner with you, collaborate with you. You can join me on LinkedIn, as well as GCPIT. We have many initiatives to continue to grow not only the space ecosystem, but grow humanity and make the world a better place. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shelley, for joining us and for a great ending to this ceremony. And with that, I would like to also invite Ms. Aparna G. Kumar to give a word of thanks.
Thank you, Mishma. It's really, really an amazing event. It's indeed an honor for me to speak in front of these august audience. And thanks for inviting me to share my views. And thanks, Santosh, for creating this amazing global platform. As many of you know, it has been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful journey with GCPIT for the last 2 years. I can proudly say that the organization has been evolving and we have successfully built our own brand at the global level. It was an amazing event. Mishma, you did an amazing job as always. And we are still learning and growing. And what I would like to say is it's indeed a proud moment for us to honor these amazing emerging leaders today. And we had, as everybody shared, we had received 300 plus nominations and we went through different rounds while selecting these 17 finalists. We got an opportunity to talk to them, interact with them personally, as many of them shared. It was an amazing experience for me as well. in the last round of interviews, I should say that I learned a lot from all these leaders. And one common thing which everyone shared was, though we all depend on technology these days, let's not lose the human touch while handling people, be it our employees, be it our customers, or be it the people in our community. I would like to quote Mr. N.K. Chowdhury's words here. He said, we are selling the blessings of the families of our artisans, and the carpet comes free. So that was an amazing way to look at businesses. And on behalf of GCPIT, I congratulate all the award winners and those who didn't win. Maybe next time, we really appreciate your efforts. And I thank everyone who joined us, who accepted the award and honored us with your presence. We wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you so much. And again, once again, I would like to quote La Juana, as her husband says, I exactly don't know, but she just messaged me, every lickle make a muckle, means that it takes a collection of small parts to make something function. Thank you so much, Mishma, for inviting me for closing this amazing event. You are doing an amazing job. Let me congratulate you once again, and congratulations to all the winners once again. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations to everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, again, on behalf of GCPIT,
congratulations.
I would like to congratulate all the winners and wishing you all the best. And I would like to finish by saying that leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. And that's exactly what you all have done as emerging leaders and paving the path for the future generations. You have started the little ripples that is going to create waves of change across the world in your respective fields of endeavor. So we thank you all for what you have done and what you're doing for the community, the country, and the society at large. So wishing you all the very best for your future endeavors. Thank you once again for joining us, the chief guest of honors, the winners, and our well-wishers. Thank you. And this is your host, Mishma Stanislaw, signing off until the next Global Emerging Leaders Award. Good night. Good evening.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night. Congratulations.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Amazing event.